In this video, I'll be talking about the three fundamentals to getting jobs as an epoxy or painting business in 2025. So, either way you cut it, getting jobs as a service based business comes down to three things, which is getting leads, which are actual interested prospects and not just phone numbers and names, booking appointments with those leads, and closing those appointments. So, whether you look at it from the left or the right, up or down, either way you cut it, unless you have those three things dialed in, you're just not going to be able to do anything, right? You can get leads, but if you don't know how to book appointments, you're not going to get any sales. If you get appointments, but you don't know how to close, you're not going to get any sales. So, right off the bat, I want to get started with the simplest one, which is like the easiest thing to do in 2025 is getting leads, okay? Whether you do this through Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, whatever you do, getting leads is going to come down to three simple fundamentals within itself, right? So it's going to be quantity, quality, and affordability. Obviously, you can have so many leads, but they're all trash. You can have a lot of leads for very high quality, at which point it's justified to pay, but you can still end up overpaying. And obviously, you can have quality leads, but one quality lead isn't enough. You need to have a lot of quality leads. So, quality is going to boil down to how eagerly interested this person is in your services, right? And as a good rule of thumb, the more questions they have to answer, the more hoops they have to jump through to actually become a lead, the higher quality they're going to be. Because think about it, if somebody just clicks and autofills their phone number and boom, they're a lead in your system, chances are you're probably not even going to close that person. I'll be honest with you, right? However, if somebody gives you their email address, their physical address, their project type, when they're looking to do this, what their budget is, what style they want, and they fill out all this stuff before even getting in contact with you, they're going to be way more likely to ever do business with you compared to that first person that just provides the phone number. So, with that being said, a good cost per lead, typically on Facebook for a good quality lead, is anywhere honestly between $20 up to $60, depending on, again, the quality of the lead and how well you're conversating with that lead and how many of those leads that you get you're actually booking into appointments. So that leads me into the second part, booking leads into appointments. Now, from Facebook, typically what we see is that we book anywhere between 25 all the way up to 50% of the leads that come in into appointments after obviously qualifying them, asking about their budget and all the things of that sort, because our stuff makes it clear that my client service is not going to be cheap. They're not going to be like the $500 or like $1,200 installation for a two car, right? It makes it abundantly clear that, hey, we're not those cheap guys. So we get better inquiries. It costs us a little bit more to get those leads. But out of those people, we book a lot more of them because they're a lot more serious. As far as booking process goes, however, it is honestly so much more simple than doing all the front end stuff. All you have to do is just have a conversation with them and build rapport, right? Because even though this is technically the appointment booking stage, you're still pre-selling them. You're telling them more about you and how you got started, as well as listening to them about their problems and why they want a flooring solution or a painting solution, right? And it honestly comes down to how well you can conversate with this person while still keeping the main goal, which is an in-home visit, right? Quick side note, I'm pretty sure I don't have to say this, but with Facebook leads, especially, as with 70% of all the other leads that you're going to get, like maybe referrals in Google, you'll get really hot leads where you can just give them the price over the phone and they'll close regardless and just send out that invoice. But those are the people that come in either from a friend, word of mouth, or through Google, and they've looked at your work and they already know that you can do a good job. When you have ads that you're running that people actually contact you with, you don't want to drop prices over the phone, right? You want to make sure you get in that in-home visit. So the best way to do that is through the ACA formula, which is acknowledge, compliment, and ask. So first things first, when you're conversating with your lead, you want to make sure that you're acknowledging what they said, right? They want to feel heard. They want to feel like the conversation is about them and not about you. Second, you compliment what they say, and obviously don't overdo it. But if it's fitting, like, hey, I like your choice for flake. I like your choice for metallic. I really think you have a good taste in XYZ color. Whatever, right? Again, if it's appropriate, if you can slide in a quick compliment. And obviously, the last one will be ask, which is where you lead with another question to keep control of the conversation, to take it to the next qualifying question from, hey, what's the current state of your surface, to, hey, what's your budget expectations? And you want to always end off your response to what they said with a question. That way, again, you get to keep control of the conversation and lead it to where you want. And then at the end, just position yourself as the expert advisor, friendly, helper, right? Hey, to give you honestly, to give you the best design and the most accurate estimate, we would just have to pop in, take a quick look. It'll take about 15 minutes or whatever, right? Maybe you like to take longer in your consultation. Sometimes, I mean, it can run up to an hour if you're really having to, build rapport and close the sale. But that's how you book them in. And number three, sales, which I personally don't help with my business yet. We only help with the getting leads and booking appointments part. If you're looking for sales, there's tons of sales training available, as well as just networking with other epoxy flooring or painting companies that have been around for longer. But sales really comes down to two things. One, if they're actually interested and they want your product, which is like an epoxy floor or like a refinish in their interior. And two, if they actually have the means to afford it. Now, typically, the more you get into the financing side of things, you'll see a little bit more success with actually closing people because, hey, who doesn't like a good financing deal, right? Where they can get the stuff now and pay for it later. Super cool. But most of the time, you guys starting out don't really do financing, and that's perfectly fine. However, there's a couple of solutions that I can offer. So just comment down below and I'll set you up with my financing provider. So, with that being said, there's a lot more that goes into sales, such as rapport building, discovery, and solution. That can be a whole separate video within itself. And if you want a video on that, just let me know. I can definitely drop a video, drop a quick banger on sales based on what I know so far. But again, what I would most recommend is that you find some type of a sales practice partner where you can maybe network with another rep or have quick practice sessions, or even maybe like write out your pitch or your sales process and practice it sometimes before going into actual work, because this is really going to help you be a natural and keep the conversation flowing towards the sale without sounding robotic and without um, sounding like you're just trying to close the sale. Because a lot of times with homeowner interactions, things can go, the conversation can go way off of script, and you need to know how to handle that while still staying on topic and driving them to the close. But again, sales itself is a very, very big bubble. So if you want a video on that, I'll drop everything I know. But other than that, that summarizes on how you're going to get interested prospects, how you're going to get appointments, and what you're going to do with those appointments. So if you feel like this video covered everything you wanted to know about the three basic steps that you're going to need to take to actually get customers in your epoxy flooring and painting business, and if you want access to the same system that we use to generate 40 to 80,000 in new estimates every single month for 85.8% of our epoxy flooring and painting partners, then click the link in my description. It's going to take you to my webpage where you'll get to learn a little bit more and you can get access to the system. Other than that, I hope you have a great day and God bless you.